Good morning, beautiful souls. So here I am on my morning walk again this morning, which is fabulous. Listening to the birds. You can hear the traffic, of course. Everybody's off to work. Still struggling with my foot though, so it's quite painful, but I need to keep pushing through because I need to keep stretching out that fascia. But either way, wanted to talk in with you this morning about harmony, or another word for harmony could be balance. And how are you balancing your life? We usually are wearing quite a few hats. I know myself, I'm wearing a few hats. Today I'm wearing Icebreakers, the tribe hat. But I'm doing many things at the moment, running a business, having my job, being the house person, being the girlfriend, being the mum, being the friend. So many different things. Good morning. Many different things. So we do live busy lives. The world itself is busy. So learning how to manage your time so that you can be in harmony instead of disarray. It's very easy when we are busy to lose balance and create disharmony within our bodies as well as within our minds. So the one thing is that when you do have a lot of things on your plate, when you do have a lot of things that you're doing, it's always good to have that list of priorities. What are the things that need to happen? What are the things? Just an analogy here. Yesterday I was walking, there was a big tree in the way. And of course they've broken it up. And there it is. So yesterday the picture was the full tree, and now it's been broken up. So a little bit like life in general. When it looks like there's a massive tree in the way of your path, in where you're heading, but then once you've broken it down and you've moved through some of those things that are blocking your way, that's what they look like. Off to the side of the path, all been broken down, and you're ready to continue on down your path. How good is that? I love when there are things around me that can just bring us into the space of, what we're talking about at the moment. So, as I mentioned, harmony, balance, and one of the key things that I've even been working on a lot myself, because I have got a lot of things going on at the moment, is to create a list and to be really structured in what I'm doing, like my walk, to make sure. Because when we get really busy, sometimes we let some things slide, don't we? So we might let it slide that, I haven't got to the gym today, or haven't done my walk today, or I haven't had time to prep some food, so I'll just eat whatever. And then slowly, little by little, all the things start to get in the way. And because you're really busy, then you start to feel overwhelmed, because your harmony has created disharmony. Okay? So one of the things that I find is to have a regular routine. And it might sound really boring, and I get that too. Sometimes it can feel like Groundhog Day, doing the same thing day in, day out. Get up at this time, go for my walk at this time, get home, go to the gym. But what it does is it keeps us consistent. And consistency is the key, right? If you're consistent in what you're doing, then that way you're going to get all the stuff done. You're going to get all the things done that you want to get done, rather than being in total overwhelm, total disarray, feeling like you're always behind the 8 ball and that you've never got enough time. They always say, you know, if you need something done, give it to a busy person. And I'm not saying we should inundate busy people with more things to do, but I think the catchphrase there is that a busy person is very structured. They have their structure, they have their timeline and where certain things are happening and when they're happening. So to slot one more thing in isn't too hard to do. It's really interesting because when you've got a person like, and I've been in this space myself, when I've got all the time in the world, I usually don't get a lot of stuff done. And I'm not saying that means you have to be busy. I'm just saying if you've got a structure in place, then it's much easier for you to get everything done for the day. And then when you are busy, then it doesn't feel as hard. But also honouring yourself and honouring and valuing your time. You can overload yourself with too many things. You can, even no matter how structured you are, you can have overfilled your plate. Imagine a plate with spaghetti on. It's really easy to pile a spaghetti up, isn't it? Spaghetti gets really high, but then you've got the spaghetti hanging over the sides of the plate, dribbling down. So just be careful of how much you put on your plate. Just because you can be really structured and just because you can have everything aligned doesn't mean that you also have to do more than what you want to do. We know you're capable of it, but at what cost? Is it going to create harmony or is it going to create disharmony in your body? Because what we tend to do is do so many things and then we burn out. And I know we all have felt this at some time or another. Sometimes we feel it more often than not, but we want to create harmony. We want to hear that beautiful symphony of music rather than the heavy metal kind of feeling that we're going to get when we're overwhelmed and we have disharmony instead of having harmony. So my encouragement for you today is to take a look at your calendar. And a really great way to do this, and you'll tell I'm a Virgo and I like structure, is to get out a spreadsheet. Get a spreadsheet out, make a weekly thing, Monday through to Sunday, or Sunday to Sunday, whatever. And then start in the morning, the time you get up in the morning, what is the first thing that you do? Is it that you get up and you brush your teeth? Is it that what's the thing you do? You get up and go outside and breathe, really, is what you should be doing. Go outside and breathe. And good morning. Go outside and breathe and bring in your breath. Ground yourself out there with the grass and really connect in. That's a great way to start the morning, even just for 5 or 10 minutes. So once you've done that, it's all right, my foot's giving me grief. Once you do that, then go inside and start whatever it is that you need to do. Some people might like to do a meditation first. Some people might like to do some stretching. Some people are getting on with their day. But whatever it is, just map it. You don't have to map every single thing, but, you know, in the morning, this is what I do, and I go to the gym. And then after that, I go to work, if that's what you're doing. You go to work, and of course, that's going to block out 8 hours of the day for you. And then map in there your lunchtime, because I know that when people get busy at work, they don't have lunch. They skip lunch, or they're eating at their desk, which is not really productive because you're then burning out of your body clock. You're pushing yourself more than you need to. You need the rest. You need to take the little rest breaks. So do that and then map it out through the day and then where you want to do all your other things. And map it all the way through the weekend as well, because, you know, just because it's a weekend doesn't mean we fall off and don't continue with, if it's our fitness routine or our walking or whatever. If it's down on there, then that's when it happens. And then you can see in your week, how much time do you have? Now, you can also do this. You can also do this if you're a full-time worker. You can make one of these up just for work. When you get to work, the time you get to work to the time you leave. What are the things that have to happen? Because most times at work, it's a repetitive. If you're in an office or something, there's repetitive things that need to happen. I worked many, many years in administration, and there was always things that needed to happen. You know, Mondays were payroll days, or, you know, accounts days, or whatever it is. So you can make one of these up for your work, and then look at what you're doing. Look at all the things that you do throughout the day, and then ask yourself, am I being overworked? What can I take away from here? What can I give to someone else in the business to do for me? Where can I make sure that I'm creating space in my day? And if you're doing this for your job, a great thing to do is to also allow mid-morning there, 10 minutes to just breathe. Just to breathe. One of the things I remember is that when I was at work, it was like they own me. They own me because I'm here and I'm getting paid for this. But what I've realized is that they don't own me. They're paying me for the job that I do. And if I get that job done in my time, that's all that matters. Now, you must allocate some time for yourself throughout the day. Lunch break. In the mid-morning, time to breathe. Make sure you're breathing. Do some conscious breathing. In the afternoon, around just before 3 o'clock, 2:30, do some conscious breathing, because that will actually energize your body and it's going to bring more oxygen in. Most people around that time will go and have a coffee, or they'll go and buy a chocolate bar and they're looking for that quick little sugar hit, right? But if you breathe, you're going to energize your body, because your body battery is getting slow. It's tiring. And I've spoken to this before, but my watch here, my watch has a little mark on there, a little thing that comes up, and it's called a body battery. And every day it gives me 100%. So as I go through the day, what I'm doing even right now is going to be using up some of my energy, and it's tracking my energy. So if I've done a lot of stuff that day and I've been really busy, and let's say I've done this and I've gone to the gym, and let's just say that I've been in a stressful situation. And when I was working in one of my other jobs, sometimes it would get really busy and we'd be a bit under the pump. And I can look back on my phone and look at my report for the day and see that exact time where my stress levels went up, which means I'm burning more energy. So I'm not in harmony, I'm in disharmony at that time. And look, I understand that in life, there are times when we need to crank it up, and there are times when we can slow it down. But when you're conscious, all of this is always about being consciously aware of what's happening. Oh, excuse me, of what is happening, rather than just going along willy-nilly, burning out left, right, and center, and not being consciously aware of how you can make some small changes to bring this into alignment. So as the day goes on, if I've burnt too much energy, my phone will actually come up and tell me, look at that beautiful sunrise. My watch will tell me, you've had a stressful day, you need to make time to rest. And I'm like, oh, okay. And that might mean just going and sitting somewhere for 10 minutes, and doing some conscious breath work, and then allowing yourself to come back and be a bit more energized, right? You can create a little bit more energy for yourself that day by just taking some time out. Taking time out is something that we humans find hard to do, especially females, because we're so wired to be and do for everybody. And that connects in to work as well. So making sure that on a daily basis, you've got your little, you could call it a time budget, right? A time budget. Like I talked about this before, that being fully aware of everything in your life is being highly conscious. And when you're conscious, you can see the patterns and you can see where things might be overwhelming or getting you unbalanced or unaligned, right? So become alert and awake in these spaces. So by doing this spreadsheet with your times and where you are, it is highly, sorry, it's not the right word. It is more likely, that's better. It is more likely that you are going to feel more in harmony, because you're going to be very conscious about where you're spending your time and how you're spending your time. Like I said, think about it like a budget, but it is a time budget. Good morning. But it is a time budget, right? So just be wary of where your time is being spent. Now, just like an actual money budget, you'll be able to see if you're overspending time. Whether that's at work, when you do your schedule at work, or whether that's in your whole life, like your whole day, from the morning to the weekend to the evenings, whatever it is. So when someone asks you, oh, can you do this? Can you just fit this into your day for me? You can look at your budget and say, actually, I don't have any spare time to fit that in, unless you get rid of something else, right? This is how you create harmony instead of overwhelm and disharmony. You look at that and you say, actually, I don't think I can. I don't think I can fit that in this week. But maybe next week you might have a spare space. So you say, well, I actually can't do it this week, but next week I've got a half an hour at this time. Does that suit you? And if it does, great. And if it doesn't, then maybe somebody else needs to be able to do that job or whatever it is that they need. All right? Morning. So there's a few little tips for you today in teaching you how to bring harmony into your day. I hope this has been helpful for you. It's something that I try to work on all the time because sometimes mine gets a little bit overflowing and I have to come back to the awareness of, come back to looking at my time budget and seeing where I can and can't fit other things in. So it's going to be another beautiful day today. I'm wishing you an amazing, magical day. Terrific Tuesday today. And remember these three things. You are loved, you are beautiful, and you are so worth it. You are so worth it. Actually, just a little bit of an ad for you here right now. Speaking about fitting things in or in your time budget, I am now running on Wednesdays, lunchtime, half an hour, just 30-minute Reiki sessions to realign your body and your energy, to reinvigorate you through the rest of the week. And they run on Wednesdays from 11 until 2. and you can book a half an hour spot in there, and they are just $55 for those sessions. You'll be so surprised at how you can bring in more energy and reinvigorate your body energetically midweek so that you can get through the rest of the week and taking you into the weekend. So if you are interested in getting one of those spots, they're available every Wednesday from 11 until 2, and all you need to do is PM me, or those of you who have my number, SMS, and book in your time. Have a fabulous day today. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Enjoy!